Sporting Lisbon striker Viktor Gyökeres has thanked Ruben Amorim after the Portuguese head coach officially joined Manchester United on Monday. The Swede was bought by Amorim in July 2023 for £20 million from Championship side Coventry City. This piece of business has proven to be impressive, with Gyökeres becoming a talisman for the Portuguese club. In just 68 appearances, the 26-year-old has bagged 66 goals, which includes last week's hat-trick against Manchester City in the Champions League. Such form has grown speculation regarding Amorim's plans to potentially reunite with the striker. In the Premier League, Gyökeres has notably been a target for Arsenal as recently as the summer transfer window. However, they did not move for the centre-forward as they chose to prioritise other positions. Instead, Amorim has already rejected the possibility of signing any Sporting players in the January transfer window, so any move would likely come next summer at the earliest. As for Gyökeres, he has kept tight-lipped about his future, insisting his focus is on the Lisbon club. However, the striker did not miss the opportunity to wish Amorim well as the 39-year-old begins his new chapter in the Premier League. Taking to Instagram, Gyökeres shared 3 photos with his old boss with the caption, "Thank you for everything, Master." Amorim's first day at Carrington was one of major changes, as he wasted no time laying the groundwork for his tenure. Ruud van Nistelrooy was among the notable departures from the coaching staff, with the Portuguese appearing to appoint 5 coaches to his team: Carlos Fernandes, Adélio Candido, Paulo Barreira, Emmanuel Ferro and Jorge Vital. It is unusual for a new head coach or manager to inherit a team that has won 3 of its last 4 matches when walking into a new job mid-season. However, that is exactly the scenario Ruben Amorim will be walking into when he starts work at Manchester United this week. The 39-year-old arrived in England on Monday afternoon, less than 24 hours after taking charge of Sporting Lisbon for the final time, accompanied by 5 members of his coaching team. Amorim is now waiting for a work permit to come through before officially rolling up his sleeves at Carrington. Arriving at United at the start of an international break means it will not be until deep into next week that he gets to assess his whole squad up close and personal for the first time. By that juncture, he will be putting the finishing touches to his preparations for his first game in charge. Amorim quote, "S first assignment as United manager will be a long trip to Portman Road to face Ipswich Town." All of the pre-match focus will be on how Amorim could unleash his new team for the first time. The 39-year-old is expected to immediately install the 3-4-3 formation that he enjoyed so much success with at Sporting. As fresh and as exciting as that prospect is, such is the way United's play stagnated in the latter stages of Erik Ten Hag's tenure. It does create questions about what the team will look like. A lot of debate is already surrounding who could start in midfield and in. But if Ruud van Nistelrooy's final 2 games in interim charge had any impact at all on Amorim's planning for his first game at the helm, Ahmad should be the very first name on the team sheet at Portman Road. After marking his first start in more than a month with a well-taken brace against PAOK in the Europa League last Thursday night, he followed that up with a brilliant assist in Sunday's 3-0 win over Leicester City. He now has 5 direct goal contributions, 3 goals and 2 assists to his name this season. Harshly overlooked in the latter stages of Ten Hag's tenure, losing his place in the X1 after starting the season strongly, Ahmad performed with the mindset of a point to prove against both PAOK and Leicester, impacting proceedings positively. As has been well documented in recent months, Ahmad has come on in leaps and bounds in a very short space of time, establishing himself as one of United's best attackers. His first thought when he receives the ball is to drive forward and make something happen, whether it be by shooting or providing a pass. His second goal against PAOK was typical of the Ivorian, who loves to cut inside on his stronger left foot. His assist for Bruno Fernandes' opener against Leicester was as equally impressive, with the former Sunderland loanee demonstrating fantastic awareness to find the United captain with a back heel. Having been bright after stepping off the substitutes bench in Van Nistelrooy's first 2 games in interim charge, he was worthy of the start he earned against PAOK, with his 2 goals against the Greek outfit making it impossible for the Dutchman to then relegate him back to the bench for the visit of Leicester. Van Nistelrooy said the winger is motivated to get the most from his career after his brace last week. As a United winger, there is an expectation to create and score goals. There is also a clamour and demand to entertain. Ahmad is capable of conducting both tasks, meaning it is hardly surprising so many United fans have been eager for him to start in recent weeks. It beggars belief that Ten Hag overlooked him so often towards the end of his tenure. As a hard-working, creative and goal-scoring operator, Ahmad should be a player Amorim dreams of taking to the next level. United supporters have fallen in love with the Ivorian, and he should be given the licence to try and reach the next level under the new head coach. Ruben Amorim has arrived at Manchester Airport to start work as Manchester United head coach, taking over the reins from interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy. Amorim was appointed on November 1st, but was only released from his sporting contract after their Primeira Liga fixture against Braga on Sunday night. He officially starts work at United today. He left Lisbon to fly to Manchester at 11 a.m. on Monday, landing at Manchester Airport at around 1:45 p.m. Amorim was accompanied by the 5 staff members he is bringing with him to the club: Carlos Fernandes, Adelio Candido, Paulo Barreira, Emmanuel Ferro and Jorge Vital. Amorim had been due to meet club staff at Carrington this afternoon, with the non-internationals in the first-team squad also in today, but for now it is unclear if he will head to the training ground. The 39-year-old is also set to hold talks with Van Nistelrooy over whether he will form a part of his backroom staff, having overseen 3 wins and a draw from his 4 games in charge. Amorim can't take training sessions yet, as he waits for his visa to come through, although that is expected to arrive swiftly. The squad will be off for the rest of the week before reconvening at Carrington to prepare for Amorim's first game in charge against Ipswich Town at Portman Road on Sunday. November 24. Next week will be the chance for Amorim to begin implementing his own playing style on the squad, with Van Nistelrooy yesterday saying there is still more to come from this squad as he was asked whether it would fit the new head coach's playing style. That is a very good question. What for me is important when I started as an interim at the beginning of this 4-game period and staff to stabilise and continue playing what the players are used to 85% and put in little tweaks or changing players and resting players, and that is where you start to get your own bit of identity in. Try to get the confidence back. He said. You could see the quality of the players still not in a consistent way because there is a lot to improve, but there is a foundation in the last 4 games of strong unity, good spirit, players who were at it and looking for results. And we got 4. It is a lot to analyse. Are there wing-backs? Inside forwards, I can't comment on that. Bruno Fernandes has revealed Manchester United's players wanted to give Ruud van Nistelrooy a fitting goodbye due to the impact he's had during his stint as interim boss. Van Nistelrooy took over on an interim basis when Erik ten Hag was sacked and has been able to steady the ship, securing 2 wins against Leicester and a victory against PAOK. The Dutchman also secured a point against Chelsea in the Premier League and walks away from his interim tenure with the highest win rate of any manager in United history. However, Van Nistelrooy could leave the club this month because it remains unclear whether he will be kept as part of Ruben Amorim's coaching staff. Amorim will officially begin work at United on Monday and is set to bring his own coaches to Manchester from Sporting Lisbon. Van Nistelrooy received a special reception at the end of United's 3-0 victory over Leicester on Sunday afternoon, and Fernandes praised his impact when he spoke after the win. It was a long time that I wasn't scoring, and now goals are coming in the last few games. Fernandes told BBC Sport. Another clean sheet was important for us to bring back the fortress we had here. We have to keep doing that, and we have to improve. Ruud van Nistelrooy feels the club. He loves the club. He wants to bring joy to the players. He brought everyone with a smile to the games. He just wanted us to enjoy it. We wanted to say goodbye as a manager for him properly because he did good things for us. It's a new era, a new manager means everything changes, but what hasn't changed is that this club has to get back to where it belongs. Adelio Candido and Carlos Fernandes followed Amorim from Braga to Sporting in 2020 and are expected to move to United, while he could also bring a few other coaches to the club. Ineos freshened up Ten Hag's coaching staff in the summer, and Van Nistelrooy returned to United as assistant manager. Ruud van Nistelrooy has confirmed that he's set to learn his fate at Manchester United in the next 24 hours ahead of new manager Ruben Amorim's arrival. Former United striker Van Nistelrooy has taken charge of the Red Devils' last 4 matches following the sacking of Erik ten Hag. His spell as caretaker has seen United enjoy 3 wins and 1 draw, but with Amorim due to bring his own coaching staff in, Van Nistelrooy could be forced to depart. The Dutchman has gone on record to say that he'd like to work alongside Amorim and even admitted that his long-term ambition is to manage United permanently. The pair are set to hold crunch talks after Amorim signs off at current club Sporting Lisbon, who face Braga on Sunday night. Following the Red Devils' comfortable 3-0 win at home to Leicester City after which a teary-eyed Van Nistelrooy went over to the Stretford end to thank United supporters. He told BBC Sport, "I really enjoyed it. It's been a short but amazing period. We are in an uncertain position, but we tried to do our jobs and help the club, which is important. There are a lot of feelings there, the way the fans supported me, and the team always in difficult moments. It was a special moment. To close down this block of games with good results and a good connection, I can't thank them enough. We will learn what the further plan is now." Van Nistelrooy added in his post-match press conference, "The club hierarchy said, OK, it's going to be 4 games, it's going to be announced a new head coach, etc, etc. So, for me, it is important to have that clarity, and I appreciated that. In the end, the most important thing is this football club, and I'm here to support that in my role. As I said, I want to continue doing that in the future, and now also the communication was okay, that after the block of 4 games, there will be communication towards you and your colleagues that are in an uncertain situation. So I expect to hear today or tomorrow from them. Amorim, who's enjoyed a trophy-laden 4.5-year reign at Sporting, will bring assistants Carlos Fernandes and Adelia Candido with him to Old Trafford, with the Portuguese hoping that they'll help implement his style of play. Van Nistelrooy may return to his initial role as the club's strikers coach. And during Friday's pre-match press conference, he said, "I am calm, to be fair. I am trusting the process. I believe the outcome will be good because I believe that as long as I'm here, there is no news. I am here at Manchester United, so that is my focus. I am calm in that sense, and whenever the communication takes place, I will see, due to the international break, Amorim won't be in the dugout until Sunday, November the 24th, when the Red Devils travel to take on newly promoted Ipswich Town at Portman Road. That gives him almost a fortnight to get his house in order, and whatever his decision, he'll be grateful of Van Nistelrooy's work as caretaker."